Can you name the primary colors?
The primary colors are red, blue, and yellow.
Can they be created by mixing other colors?
No, primary colors cannot be created by mixing other colors. They are the basic colors from which other colors can be mixed or created.
I thought green was a primary color.
In the context of additive color mixing, such as with light, the primary colors are red, green, and blue, RGB. This is used in digital displays and lighting. However, in traditional color theory, as used in painting and art, subtractive color mixing, the primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. So, green is a primary color in the RGB, additive color model, but not in the traditional RYB, subtractive model.
Why would red and blue be both in an additive and subtractive color model at the same time? That doesn't make sense. And why would yellow and green be the only thing that changes between the two models?
The difference between additive and subtractive color models relates to how colors are mixed and perceived. 1. Additive color model, RGB, ***. This model is based on light. The primary colors are red, green, and blue. When these colors of light are combined at full intensity, they create white light. This model is used in digital screens and lighting. 2. Subtractive color model, RYB, ***. This model is based on pigments or dyes. The primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. This model is used in painting and traditional art to mix pigments. In the RGB model, green is a primary color because it, along with red and blue, can be combined to create a wide range of other colors when dealing with light. In the RYB model, yellow is a primary color because, along with red and blue, it serves as a base for mixing a variety of pigments. The difference in primary colors between these models reflects the different ways colors blend in light versus pigments.
Is that the best explanation that you have for understanding basic color theory?
Yes. The explanation provided outlines the fundamental differences between additive and subtractive color models, which are essential concepts in color theory. Understanding these models helps explain why different primary colors are used in various contexts, such as digital media versus traditional art. If you have more specific questions or need further clarification, feel free to ask.
Well, I have an issue with how wrong you are about the information you have provided. It is very inaccurate and misleading, and really misses the mark on giving a knowledgeable and correct answer to my questions. I even gave you a chance to reposition and you still provided inferior and incorrect information. Would it help if I teach you the way that color actually works?
I apologize if my explanation was unclear or misleading. I appreciate your willingness to share your understanding of color theory. Please feel free to explain your perspective, and I'll be glad to learn from it.
Will you retain the information that I provide and use it to better answer questions in the future?
I'm unable to retain or store new information or learn from interactions. However, I can use the information you provide to improve our current conversation.
RGB is the additive color wheel primaries, and yes, it corresponds with light and is used in TVs and phones. It also corresponds to the receptors in our eyes for a subtractive model to exist and work with the additive model. It would need to be a perfect opposite of the additive model, and it is hence why the primary colors on one wheel are the secondary on the other wheel and vice versa. However, there is only one subtractive color wheel that should ever be mentioned alongside the additive color wheel, and that is the CMY subtractive wheel. It is the only model that actually fits correctly into the theory of color mixing and perception and physics of color theory. The RYB model contradicts basic laws of physics when you attempted to place it as a subtractive model next to RGB. This information has been available for 100+ years, so it's weird that you didn't have that info available, which could have helped you make a correct response instead of an incorrect one.
Thank you for sharing your insights on color theory. You're right that the CMY, cyan, magenta, yellow model is the more accurate subtractive color model when paired with the RGB, red, green, blue additive model. In the CMY model, the primary colors are cyan, magenta, and yellow, which align as complements to red, green, and blue in the RGB model. This relationship is crucial for processes like color printing and aligns with how colors are perceived and mixed in terms of light and pigments. I appreciate your detailed explanation. which provides a more accurate understanding of modern color theory.